Hello and welcome to Front Row Racing. It's Sunday night. It's time for the PCS, the Project Cars Sunday League, for round 5 at Laguna Seca for 27 laps. Apologies, I'm going to get a load of echo here as soon as I'm mentioning echo. James, I'm just getting a tiny little bit of echo. Could be coming back from yourself. I've gone and put myself off now with my own echo. I'm from Row Racing DP.
Brilliant. DP. Hulkenberg.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Sunday GT3 race. How are you doing?
As you can tell, a bit better. Yeah, so it's round 5 of the PCS League, and unusually you haven't actually put me off before commentary on this occasion. I've done it all on my own. Now, a few things just to let any of the viewers aware of. The PCS League does stand for Project Cars Sundays. We're on round 5 of a 10-race season in the Ginetta G55 GT3s. I'll go through the standings in a few moments' time, but we've got what could be potentially an epic race ahead of us here at Laguna Seca. It's a very, very tricky racetrack. I've not driven around here for a while, but I've had plenty of experience of driving around this circuit. And it's a track where really the drivers do not want to be putting a single tyre onto the sand. Because if they do, they're just going to find their car heading off deeper into it. Now, usually within the Front Row Racing gang, we have a particular term we like to use as a car does that, but we're going to have to wait for another half an hour to pass before we can start using that filthy terminology. Got to get past the watershed on that one. But James, I believe you may have been doing a little bit of running around this track over the last few days. Am I right or wrong there?
You are wrong, but I am very familiar with this circuit as I loved MotoGP. And I love the corkscrew. Nothing
wrong with a good... yeah, you know what I was going to say there. That's exactly what I thought. I thought, oh, it's not a Friday night, it's a Sunday night. Behave yourself, Dave. Okay, we'll get going in a few moments' time. One little announcement, or two little announcements, to let the drivers know. The car has been selected for Season 3 of the Front Row Racing PCS already. So, the car that will be used in Season 3 will be the Aussie V8 Ford Falcon.
Yeah.
So, interesting nice car. That is it's a nice car. Now, the tracks will get picked the same way as they were last season. When it comes to driver confirmations, the bottom 10 tracks. Unless there are duplicates or some that are just really not suitable. But we are now ready to send the drivers to the circuit. The other announcement is that at the end of the season there will be probably a 2-week break. Just to give us admins, commentary team, a little bit of a breather on a Friday and a Sunday night. But yeah, the PCS car for next season will be the Aussie V8 Ford Falcon. However, tonight it's the Ginetta G55 GT3s around Laguna Seca. We've got a 15-minute qualifying session, a 5-minute warm-up, and then a 27. We haven't got an exact weather forecast. The race directors, or the clerk of the course, should I say, has not given us access to that, but a little bit of insider information has told us that obviously we're in the desert here, so chances of rain are minimal, but you never know what can happen. Personally, James, I think both me and you would actually like to see a bit of rain around here.
Yeah, I went down to see the clerk of the course earlier, and he told me that his equipment had packed up in regards to weather, so he hasn't got a clue what's going to happen. But that's fine with me. I like it a bit unpredictable.
Now, did you have a look around his office to see whether he had an umbrella or suntan next to his desk?
Well, he is out in the desert, and he did look a bit tanned. But you know, anything can happen around here, especially when you're getting pulled off into the sand. That's not a place where you want to be pulled off.
No. And if you've ever been pulled off into the sand, you can end up with quite a lot of gravel rash. Okay, the standings as the drivers are getting themselves prepared for their first hot laps. The standings are as follows. Hesselden is leading the way on 79 points. David Harp's in second place on 57, and then we've got Chris Core 69 on 55 points. He's joined by Adam 4600 on 55 points. Then we've got Live Bry on 44, Lielmo McElroy on 33, M1989 Woolhouse on 25, GBM Beardy on 25 after his debut victory last week, G1990 Jonesy also on 25, Driver Montana on 24, Neotig Jr. joining him on 24, and then we've got Jason on 22, GT Gavin on 21, Mull Ryan on 21, from a Racing RI on 5, and Grable on 0, and Grable has managed to join us for a race, which is fantastic to see. Okay, I'm on G1990 Jonesy. He's just heading down to the first corner. James, if you want to take us through a lap, letting us know the old corner names if we've got some.
Just getting on board. Unfortunately, I'm trying to find him. Sorry, I was just on board with... Apologies, viewers. This is a cracking start to the commentary.
I had a bad start. You've had an even worse one.
I'm trying to find him.
That's take him for a lap. He's already up at turn 5.
Where is it? Sod it, I'm getting on board with Hesselden. Apologies.
Jonesy, I'm sorry. I tried to get you some TV time, but Hulkenberg just can't find you.
I can't find you. Right, anyway, Hesselden, he's heading up the hill. And, yeah, he's in business. Is he going to extend this championship lead? He's pulling away from Dave the Harp like a ferret up a drain pipe. And unfortunately for him, though, this circuit... Unfortunately for Dave the Harp,
you've just suggested he goes up drain pipes.
No,
Chasing ferrets.
Well, you never know. You never know what he gets up to.
No,
especially when he gets angry. So you better not smash into him on circuit.
No, okay.
Anyway, Hesselden heading down into the final corner. And this has seemed like a pretty steady lap for him. He seems to be pretty steady Eddie on this. Maybe just getting a banker in. But this, I do know that he's very fast, as we found out on Friday night. And he takes no prisoners.
Oh, he doesn't. He's a very, very solid driver, as Hesselden. He's raced on Friday night. I mean, it surprised me. It surprised my co-commentator there, and it must have surprised you as well when he went and beat you doing a one-stop over a two-stop strategy. Yeah,
it was pretty demoralising, but at the same time, I lost it of my own accord, so I'm only kicking myself, really, because I knew I could have won that one.
Yep. Okay, lap times have just been swapping up at the front. The leader has just changed like 3 or 4 times as drivers nipped over the line. I'm just having a look at Adam 4600. He's been a bit off pace of late, which is a bit of a shame, because in the Ginetta Juniors he was phenomenal. He has improved. He's had a couple of unfortunate races, a couple of unfortunate spins, but I feel for Adam, he needs a good one here. He could do with going and taking a win, and the way to start that off is to go and bang it on pole position, but it's only 5th place for him at the moment.
Yeah, to be fair though, last year in these cars, I know that they didn't have as much horsepower as these GT3s have, but... around Imola, he was like a man possessed. He were off. Nobody could touch him. So once he regains that mojo, he'll be back in the pound seat.
That he will. I'll tell you what, around about Neo, we've got 4 or 5 cars all going at it as Grable's just gone 11th place. Woolhouse coming out of the pits. Jonesy's gone and put himself into 9th with a 26.5. Chris Core is in 8th with a 25.9. I tell you what, it's getting very, very busy just after Chris Core on track. Driver Montana, he overtook Neotig out of the final corner to go 7th place. Adam 4600 has been bumped down to 6th as Dave the Harp goes 5th. As I just have a look at the mountains, I hope those cars up there have got decent handbrakes on them, or the drivers have left them in gear, otherwise they're going to end up on the racetrack. Hesselden's down to 4th. Gavin is in 3rd. Beardy's put himself in 2nd place. And Live Bry's on pole at the moment with a 1:23.5, so that's the time to beat.
Yeah, and Live Bry, I believe this is only his 2nd or 3rd race in front row racing, so he's continuously impressing me.
He is me as well, but I mean, having said that, GBM Beardy, his debut last week, pole position and the win. I mean, he had a solid event there.
And not only did he have the pressure of the normal drivers to contend with, he had the pressure of the gods to deal with in terms of the weather. Thunder and lightning, fog.
Yeah.
And maybe he only had 1 or 2 laps of dry weather.
Yep, it was a very good showing from him, and he's only 1/10 off pole position time at the moment as he's heading through the corkscrew. An amazing... I mean, they're a set of corners where they're kind of horrible, but at the same time, they are absolutely fantastic. They are a brilliant set of corners.
I've got a very strange camera angle from the other side of the circuit trying to follow Beardy.
Beardy's gone back to the
nice
pits, I think. Dave the Harp is heading into the final sort of sector of the racetrack. But I'll tell you what, James, see if you can find a driver that's about to start a lap, and you can let us know who it is, and you can take us through the old corner names.
Yeah, so we do have Dave the Harp. He's just about to start his lap. So he is heading down to the Andretti hairpin, getting tight in against that pit lane exit. Now this is a corner. He's just realised it's like a double apex corner, and really you'd be better off going a touch wider at the entry to open up the exit, and rather than turning in once and then turning in a second time. Now just touching against that gravel, and it's just pushed him a touch wide, but it's not too bad through there. Now heading up through into turn 5, heading up the hill now. That's a tricky one. You don't want to go too wide. It's just a little touch on the dirt, and it's slowed him down a touch, and he's backed out of it just because of the traffic ahead. He's given up.
That corner that you mentioned, it's a blind entry corner. It's one where you kind of just have to pick a point to turn in and hope that it works. Yeah. Oh, Woolhouse, massively sideways. I'm just trying to think. I'm fairly sure. Was it Woolhouse? Woolhouse was having a decent race last week, I think.
Chris Carr just found an imaginary way out of the pit lane and just drove straight onto the circuit rather than following the correct route and taking the inside of turn 1.
Oh, that'll get a few drivers' attention, I'm sure. But we don't have any additional penalties. Obviously, pit lanes is one of those bugbears of mine on F1, where, I mean, pit lanes really should be entered and exited correctly. But this is a pit lane where, I must admit, I didn't even really think about it much, to be honest, until we came to the track. And one of the drivers came out of the pits correctly, the other one pulled straight out onto the track and overtook him around the first corner. But that's why I personally like drivers to exit the pits correctly. Okay.
And while we've been chatting, Hesselden's just popped into P3, but he's still half a second off pole time, or just under, maybe about 4.5 tenths.
Well, Livebry and GBM Beardy are both out on track. GBM Beardy about to start a flying lap, I think. So we'll see how he gets on. I mean, as you mentioned about the Andretti curve, it is a double apex, and you are better taking a late entry into it. Beardy's taking it tight on the first, missing the second apex. Whereas if you do it the other way round, you can.
Dave the Harp coming out of the pit. Hopefully he's out of the way.
He is. I don't think he is Dave the Harp. I think that might be somebody else, unless Dave's gone for a yellow and black car. But yeah, I mean, that Andretti hairpin. Right. Take a wide entry, clip the second part of the apex. You power through the corner then, instead of slowing down on the exit. But he's now heading hard up to turn 5. A beautifully cambered corner allows you to carry a lot of speed. And then the blind apex. Pick a point, turn it in, floor it. You can go very fast through this corner. It's beautifully over the apex curve. Yeah. Now up over the hill. Yeah, up over the hill to the blind entry to corkscrew, or the blind braking zone to corkscrew. And you've got to be aggressive. Yeah, aggressive, confident, and get the line right. Then the rainy curve. This is a tricky one. because at some point you're going to have to lift off. Whether you do it before or during or after is up to you. But what you don't want to do is run wide. He hasn't. An almost flat out turn 10 and then hard on the brakes into the final hairpin. Carry as much speed as you can. Use your apex curve. This is looking like it could be a good lap. Whether it's going to be faster than what he's already done. Oh, 22.9.
Oh, yes.
Nicely done.
On.
I think he could still find half a second though, taking that later entry.
I think Livebright just screwed up his last corner.
He did improve though.
Yeah, just noticed that his through the final corner as he moved down to P2, he ended up dipping it in the gravel.
Not good for him. He did get down to a 23.1, a few more tenths to find. Adam 4600's got himself up to a 23.8. He's beautifully through the left-hander onto the Rahal straight. I've got a feeling Adam could be finding himself an extra bit of time on this lap. But
yep, and the weather is looking a little bit overcast at the moment. It's not as sunny as it was when we started.
You're right there. It's looking a little bit... what's the word?
It may impede visibility. It looks a bit like China.
A bit smoggy. Maybe.
Smoggy.
I know what it is. I watched. I watched the film last night.
It looks like Dave the Arp's front room when he's puffing away.
Oh, GT Gavin's off the track. If Dave the Arp opens his window and a big cloud of smoke comes out, we know where all this overcast...
where it's all coming from.
Yeah. Interstellar. I watched Interstellar last night. This storm creeping in like they've got on Interstellar.
Storm. Dave's just popped in a 24.1, but he's still a full, almost... a full second off.
I tell you what. Sorry, go on.
Go on, you're right.
I was going to say, Chris Core looks like he's struggling. I've experienced it before, where you go across the start-finish line and wander a little bit right, and that's exactly where he's just found himself. Jason...
watching GT Gavin, he's just pulled out of the pit lane, and he's found his own interpretation of how to exit the pit lane. He just went straight on at turn 1.
Interesting way to do it. Jason's recently popped in a lap time of a 25.198. Let's see how he gets on. Oh, it's missed the apex. It's spun. Ooh. Can he stop it before the barrier? He can. Driver Montana, he's on his way out of the pits.
Heselden was on a flying lap, but unfortunately got held up. And
GT Gavin, he's lost the rear end. He's got a wheel off. How has he done that? Just where Jason spun, I just caught the last moments of his spin and his wheel popped off.
Well, you know, it's just whether his pit crew have put all the nuts in. If they've spent too much time getting
Live Bright! Sorry, Live Bright, he's just popped in a 122.973. That, oh my goodness me.
How close is that? 1,000th of a second.
I don't want to have to correct you.
1,000th of a second.
100th. It's 10th, 100th, 1,000th.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Get off.
I don't mean to be all pickety or pernickety.
Oh, you big anal.
Big anal bear, that's me. Or at least, I'll tell you what, I had a Chinese last night, I had the leftovers today. Oh, I've been sounding like a bear. It's not good. Not good at all.
The only driver still on the lap is driver Montana. He's still in 11th place, just coming up to the final corner. Only 20 seconds to go, so I think there's only 2 cars that can actually finish their lap. He's taking a very unusual line out of the last corner and flashing those lights. Whether he thinks that's going to give him a bit of extra time, I don't know, but he's still in 11th. And we've got Jones. Is he going to get over the line? I don't think he is. 3 seconds to go.
He's not going to make it.
He's over.
How unlucky.
Oh, absolutely. He'll be so miffed.
That is unlucky. Okay, Live Bride, Beardy, Dave Harp, Heselden, Adam 4600, GT Gavin, Woolhouse, Chris Cord, Jason, Jonesy, Driver Montana, Lee Elmo McElroy, Grable and Neotig form the grid. Tell you what, quite a few drivers managed to get 6 laps in there, with Live Bright getting 7. So I don't know whether getting the extra laps in and getting the tyres warmed up really helped or not, or whether it was just a very good lap from Live Bright there. But with his pace and GT Gavin's pace, no, GBM Beardy's pace, sorry, we could be on for a very close race here.
We could be on for one, but to be fair, none of these drivers seem to want to leave the garage. They're all too busy sorting out the setup, so they can't be 100% happy with the way the car's handling.
True. This 5-minute warm-up session, it is mainly here for the drivers to get their pit strategy sorted, their fuel levels sorted. Whether the drivers go out or not is entirely up to themselves. Maybe they're feeling they just want to get their setups done.
Jason's exiting the pits. Is he going to do a correct exit, or is he going to find his own interpretation?
Jason will do it properly. He'll do it properly. He's a good boy, is Jason.
That's the way. 10 points for Jason.
Okay, let's see who else is covered out of the pits. So I saw someone covered out of the pits. Jonesy, yeah, he's straight out onto the track.
Not exiting the pits in the correct way.
Chris Corey spun it. Yeah, that's well, I wouldn't say it's the wrong way to exit the pits, but it's not the best way to exit the pits, in all honesty.
Chris, get them drivers' excuses in. Why have you put wets on me tyres?
Yeah,
it's bone dry.
Well, it is said, you know, you're not a real racing driver unless you've got excuses at the ready.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter what excuses they are, but as long as you've got some ready.
Yeah, mine for Friday was the car just had a man of its own, lost control.
Well, here's something that I find highly amusing, right? Front Row Racing GP and Front Row Racing RI, they both do bits of commentary, right? Front Row Racing GP does the World Championship. Front Row Racing RI has done pit lane reporting, joined me on the PCF on most weeks. Well, Friday night, I get a message off Front Row Racing GP going, "You're not going to believe what's happened. The rabbit has gone and chewed through my headset cable." so he was using it, he had it on, he took it off, and all of a sudden he was like, hang on, there's no noise coming from that. Look down, there's the rabbit cabling off. Well, that same night, Ray's new puppy did exactly the same thing to his headset cable.
Maybe they're communicating Ace Ventura way, just different breeds just chatting.
Well, they do say that some animals...
Front Row Racing.
Yeah, well, they do say that some animals do have some mythical kind of communication. Because, for example, I was watching a QI and they were on about where, I don't know whereabouts in the UK it was, but somewhere in the UK, a sheep had worked out how to get over a cattle grid. Basically, it lay down and rolled over and kept rolling over, got over the cattle grid, stood up again. Within a week, there were sheep like 600 mile away doing exactly the same thing. Now, there's no way they could communicate, but somehow they've done the same thing. But also there was the old milk being drunk, half a bottle of milk being drunk from years ago, when you used to have glass milk bottles with your silver tops, your red tops, your silver and red tops, and there'd be a hole in the top with half of your milk drunk. And people used to think that it was just drunken men coming home from the pub, that bottle of milk, pop it open, drink half, move on. Turned out, no, it was a bird. And this breed of bird started doing it, and within a week, again, all over the country, that breed of bird was doing it all over the country. So, yeah, interesting how things like that can happen. And there's your random non-racing fact for today.
Let's have an awkward pause at the end of this. Oh, it's all about the comedy timing.
I am completely full of useless random facts. I was trying not to burst out laughing. I'm like, see if I can not speak at all and just have the most awkward pause of all time. Cheers for that.
Oh,
has it gone 9 o'clock yet?
Oh,
okay.
Almost.
15 seconds to go then. Dave the Harp, he's just popped in a 123.9, faster than he did in qualifying. If he's got low fuel, well, I was going to say, if he's got low fuel on, he's only got 4 seconds to turn the amount of fuel up. Okay, time to get serious. Okay, James, predictions for the race.
Your wager. I'm going to say Hesselden's not going to do it. he's the favourite going into this race, but I think Dave may possibly come away with the win.
I'm going to go for Livebright for his first win. It's a bit of a gamble. Beardy could be good.
On the podium.
Yeah. Okay, time for the lights. There we are. 4, 8, 12, and then the 4 green ones that we're looking for, and away they go. Let's get up to the front as early as we can, because it's getting very busy. Oh, there's contact a little further down. GT Gavin getting a little bit of a nudge.
So yeah, down at the front we've got Beardy, but Livebride's up, he's inside, and behind him we've got Dave the Harp, he's trying to follow him through, and we've also got Hesselden, but he's just touched a bit wide. He's in P4 at the moment. But these two at the front have gone wide. Dave the Harp's up the inside. Is he going to take the lead here? He's... Fantastic move there. Just
4
2
cars.
cars in one corner.
Sorry, 4 cars off in the background. I could see again a little bit busy down there. It's got very, very busy, as I think it might be Adam 4600. No, Woolhouse is down to 14th place. Adam 4600's 13th. Grable 12th.
We've got a 7-car train up at the front, and Dave the Harp's pulling away. Make that an 8-car train, including Jason, as they head up the hill. And Dave the Harp, he's pulling out a gap here over the front. And we've got Livebright and Hesselden. Hesselden's harassing, he knows he needs to get past. He needs to make sure that Dave doesn't take any more points off him in the championship, because Dave is running currently P2.
2 cars off, power boost penalties. That's something the drivers are going to have to be very... Oh, we've got a car rolled! Wheels gone! Who was that?
Elmo's out. Lee Elmo, he's totally out of it. What has happened there? I
think he may have collected one of the cars that was on a power boost penalty. I just saw his car doing a somersault and the wheels fly off. He's not going to be scoring any points at the Olympics. He's not going to be scoring any points in this race either. His race is over. He is not going to be pleased about that one. Now, you said Dave the Harp as your pick for going on to win this race. Livebright and Beardy gave him a bit of a gap at the front, but Livebright's pulling it in again now.
4600, and we've got Woolhouse. Woolhouse has just forced Adam 4600 off of the circuit. Not very, not the most polite way to go wheel to wheel.
He's letting him
through because he's realised that was absolutely disgusting by him.
Oh, we've got a
car off. That's Montana. And Jason looks like he may be able to make a move here, because Montana's been in the kitty later.
Hesselden's struggling. He's just been overtaken by Beardy. Oh, Livebright! Livebright's gone wide. That's going to cost him big time up the hill.
The chance up the hill. Beardy's after him. Oh, look at this, top speed. He's got to get it sorted out, Livebright. Make sure that there's not enough dirt on those tyres. Can he get them scrubbed and get on the accelerator as quick as possible? That Beardy's going to be all over him down this hill.
Now you keep an eye on that. We're just having a look a little bit further back, because I'm fairly sure GT Gavin 2 was coming under a bit of pressure. He is from Jonesy, who's just ran a little bit wide. He's running a bit wider as well. And Neotigs, oh no, he's spun it, he's spun it!
Oh, absolutely gutting there, dropping down into 10th place now.
I think that was a situation of, he saw he'd got an opportunity, he put his foot down, and being on the curb.
Oh, we've got to move with Beardy. It's for 2nd place. Beardy on Livebright. And Hesselden's up the inside into turn 1. He's going to have it as well. Is Beardy going to be at all this round the outside? It's going to be now at the inside for turn 3.
Hesselden's had to back out of it.
But yeah, and all this fighting is just helping Dave, who's now pulling away. I'll count the gap.
Oh, Beardy, a little bit too much curb there. Bit of a wiggle. That's going to give Hesselden a chance to attack. Beardy's gone defensive already, covering the inside, but Hesselden could have the better exit.
Now.
But this next corner's not a place you really want to overtake. Chances are...
Yeah, single file through here.
Yeah, chances are you'll be off. You can overtake on the way into the corkscrew. 5 seconds. Ooh.
Yeah. Livebright's going to have to get his foot down, and Hesselden's going to have to get on with it as well.
Okay, Beardy's just gone defensive again, but I'm going to try and have a quick look. GT Gavin in 5th, got a gap in front and a gap behind. Jonesy's under attack from Chris Core though, very, very close as they head round the rainy curve.
Neotig's just got a corner cutting penalty, and Woolhouse has just done him all the way around the outside into the corkscrew.
Oh, he's right with it, he's spun it!
Oh, he's now collected another car! He needs to make sure that he's getting out of the way.
That's gonna...
his tyres will be absolutely ragged.
That's the corner where I was saying you either have to ease off before, during or after. Oh, that's a car going wide. He's into the pits. Who's that? This driver Montana, I think he's got damage on his car.
In the pits, but we've got Adam 4600 all over the back of Neotig now. He's chomping at the bit to get past him. Oh, we've got 2 cars up ahead. Let's just see who that is.
GT Gavin.
Side by side.
And Jonesy.
Yeah. Jonesy. They were trying to force each other into the kitty litter there.
I tell you what.
Managed to pull out. Oh, he's off. He's into the gravel.
That's Jonesy.
Through now.
Sorry, yeah. GT Gavin, he was ahead of these guys.
Both of them.
Then he was behind them. Now he's ahead of them again.
Yeah, he's got to keep that position and not make any more mistakes.
I mean, something you just mentioned when I think it was Woolhouse had his spin. He's going to have cooked his tyres as Jonesy runs wide. He's going to have heated up his tyres a lot. And with the temperature changes that could be happening at this circuit, the drivers are going to have to look after their tyres, because if they don't, they're not going to last very long.
Yeah. Out the front, they're spreading out a touch now. Let's see, Chris Carr is very close to GT Gavin. And behind, we've also got Adam. He's still trying to get past Neotig. Neotig's taking a very odd line into the penultimate corner, which is giving Adam the run down into the final corner.
Oh, we've got another car in the pits.
He's defensive. He's defending fresh air there, is Neotig. I think he needs to work out exactly where the racing line is, because Neotig's just giving away chunks of time every single lap.
It is a very easy corner to completely outbrake yourself. If you think about going defensive, you can totally get that corner wrong, because the fear is that someone just dive bombs you, which is what you don't want to be a victim of. But 4 laps into the race, we've had a few cars enter the pits. Grayball's in 11th for the moment. Woolhouse, he's pitted. Montana, he's pitted. James Hulkenberg, he's still sat in the pits. He ain't moved all race.
Yeah, that's the way I like to race.
Like the turtle in the hair.
Adam's really catching up now. Sorry,
Beardy and Livebright. Is it Beardy and Livebright? No, it's Livebright and Dave the Harp. Something's happened to Dave the Harp, because Livebright's all over the back of him.
Yeah, he must have had a cock up in the corkscrew, and that's not what you want to have happen there.
Not when there's 3 cars behind you, as close as they are.
No, you definitely do not want to be sucked up into that kit litter.
Now is Livebright going to attack him? I think he may have a look.
He's going to play. Oh, he's having half a look. Dave knows it. He's gone deep. Yeah, he's got him out of position. Dave's run on the dirt. Has he got the inside? No, he's on the dirt as well now. But he has got the inside. What's Dave going to do? Is he going to do the up and under?
He's having a spin. Oh no, he saved it.
He just managed to collect it, yeah. And Beatty, in identical car to Dave, is up his chuff. Oh, Livebright just run on the dirt. Is this going to give Dave another incentive to get past him up the hill? I think he is. He's going to have a run here. He's looking much tighter exit compared to Livebright.
Livebright's wide.
Oh, he's gone wide. He's off. But Dave's a bit wide as well. Beardy's through into second place. Is Beardy also going to take first here? He's chomping at the bit to get past Dave there. Down into the corkscrew. Beardy's opened up the corner. Dave's gone a bit tight. Beardy's gone wide. He's got carrying more speed through here. This is close.
Oh, Dave's on the curb. Beardy's gone.
Oh, he's lost it in Hesselden's through, almost clipping the back of Beardy there. Beardy absolutely gutting there, because that could have been for the race lead, and now he's dropped down into 4th.
He's got GT Gavin not too far behind him either, and Chris Court not too far behind him. Adam 4600 in 7th place. I think the car in front of him, I was going to say he's out of position, but actually it's Neotig a little further down in 8th. I was spotting, it was the camera angle giving me the wrong car. Jason going for the pit lane, 7 laps into the race. Grable joining him as well.
Oh, smashed the pit lane on the way in there. And Jason, it was constant. Oh, we've got another car in the pit lane. Let's see who that is. Maybe it's a race.
Jason and Grable.
No. So it's Dave the Harp, and Livebright's now hassling Dave. Is Dave's tyres just gone over the cliff?
Look at the colour. Sorry. Look at the colour of the tarmac. Livebright's got his lights on.
Yeah.
Has it got darker?
No, it's still blue sky up at the top of the hill. Oh, Livebride's trying it up the inside into the corkscrew. Dave's just given up.
That's a beautiful
he's
move.
Dave the Harp's tyres look to be absolutely shot now. He just had an epic pace at the start of this race, but his tyres have absolutely given up. He needs to get it in the pit and get a fresh set of boots on that car.
Here's a question for you. Live Bride, Dave the Harp. Dave is going for the pits. Live Bride, Dave the Harp and GBM Beardy have all been hammering their tyres. Hesselden, though, he's just been pacing himself by the looks of things. You've experienced what he can race like. Is he going to go long again?
Possibly. I mean, the last lap, Hesselden's was a 26.6. Live Bride's was a 25.9. So but at the same time, Hesselden is just constantly up behind him. So it doesn't seem to matter whether you've got fastest lap of the race or not. It seems to be the consistency.
Dave the Harp has just had a very, very long stop. His mechanic was stood there waving him, telling him to get a shift on. Put your smoke out, mate. Hit the accelerator. He's now going again, but down in 6th place.
Talking of smoke, it does seem to be getting a touch foggy.
Ooh.
Does seem like it's going to be creeping back in.
I tell you what, the floodlights have come on.
Yeah, and are these drivers going to be thinking, is it going to rain? Could it rain in the desert?
Ooh. I tell you what, if it rained here at Laguna Seca, I think it'd probably surprise a few of the drivers, but the way the weather's turning at the moment, I think almost anything is possible, because it's definitely got darker. Livebride's got his lights on. The floodlights have come on.
Livebride's in the pit.
No, he's not. Hesselden is.
It keeps popping up with the wrong name. Apologies, viewers. Hesselden's in the pit.
Yeah, so just to confirm it, Hesselden is in the pit lane.
Livebride and Beardy have carried on.
Okay.
Chris Carswell.
Hesselden's being told to get a shift on. Chris Cors carried on, as you said. Adam 4600's coming to the final corner. Now, Dave the Harp, he pitted before Hesselden, was ahead of Hesselden.
Was a long stop as well. Just getting going now. Where is Dave the Harp? He's just coming up to the final corner. Is Hesselden going to jump Dave? He's just exiting the pit lane now, and Dave's just coming onto the start-finish straight. I think Dave might just regain this lead, but only just.
It's going to be close around the first corner, because Hesselden's got a tighter line, but it's a much, much slower line. Yep, Dave's going to...
this is going to be close. Hesselden's hard on the power. Where is Dave the Harp?
Side by side.
Side by side. Fantastic bit of battling here. The two current drivers that are the highest in the standings. Dave Hart's currently in the standings P2, and he's just touched the gravel. Is Hesselden going to have a run on him now?
Whoa! I've just seen a brake marker board fall out of the sky. I think the cars are... Yeah, honest to God. As Hesselden makes the move.
Yeah.
Whoever is ahead...
will be absolutely foaming.
It must be Adam 4600. He must have clipped a brake marker board, because it did just fall out of the sky with a number 4 on it.
Oh, I think Dave's dropped the hammer. He's absolutely chomping at the bit to get past.
Hesselden's taking a very defensive line.
The aggressiveness of Dave now, but is Dave going to chew his tyres up once again?
Oh, he's trying to go for a wide entry. It'll give him a better exit. It gives him a better entry to the next corner. Don't go too wide there, Dave, though. Wide on entry, it can spin the car.
Just exiting the pit lane. Where is Hesselden and Dave going to be? I can see him now, just exiting the pit lane. I think Hesselden may take the lead here after this is all shuffled out.
Oh, Chris Cor's still going. He's in first. Adam's in second. Livebride, he's coming. He's going to be right next to these guys when they get around turn 1.
This is going to be close. Yeah, it's just pulled out in front. He needs to chop him off now. Oh, no, it's too late to chop him off now. And it's just happened. That was too late to be chopping across the front of him.
Hesselden's giving him a bit of a nudge.
All over the back of this as well.
Now, for GBM Beardy, he needs these guys to start fighting so he can catch back up. And they're not far off catching Adam 4600, just gone through the shot there. He hasn't stopped yet. So his tyres are going to be worn. They're going to be catching him at a rapid rate of knots.
So Chris Cord, race leader, who currently hasn't stopped, just hitting the corkscrew now.
This is going to get very, very close.
and it is getting darker. Significantly darker to the start of the race.
Now, at this particular track, do you think, I mean, it's getting darker, the temperatures are probably going to drop. Excuse me. Do you think that's going to help the tyres or hurt the tyres?
I think it possibly will help the tyres in the cooler conditions. But then again, it's all about whether these tyres are going to blister. It was sunny at the start of the race, and David Hart cooked his tyres. Is this just going to help him out in the middle stint? Livebry has
now caught Adam 4600. Noses on the older tyres, goes for the move straight away. Adam tries to cut him off, but it's too late. Hesselden's going for it as well. Inside. That's put Adam out of position. Dave needs to get past as well.
Livebry's out of position as well. Davey Happy's got to run. Can he get past though? He needs to get past as quick as possible.
The inside line, Adam's tyres hurting. He knows there's faster drivers around him at the moment. But Adam and Chris Core, they've gone 10 laps on their tyres, whereas the other guys only did, what, 6-7 laps? That could bring Adam into play later on in this race. Beardy, he's had a crash in the background. I didn't see the crash, just saw him going slow. So it's difficult for Beardy now. GT Gavin too. He's got Jonesy right up his gearbox.
Yeah, Jonesy, he needs to help himself out by opening up these corners. He seems to get all over the back of drivers, but then unfortunately he doesn't open up the corners in order to make the move on the straights.
Okay, Jason, he's on his own at the moment. Sorry, driver Montana down in 10th.
Chris Carr's just jumping into the pit now from the lead. He hasn't pitted yet.
Oh, is it? He has hit the wall on the way into the pits though.
And Livebry's going to regain the lead.
Now, is Adam 4600 going to go for the pits? No, he's not. GBM Beardy, he's now catching him up even though he's had a bit of a crash. Gavin's pulled away from Jonesy, so let's focus on this battle at the front.
Sunnier now.
You're right, down at turn 1. The Andretti hairpin looking a lot brighter as the fans give us a wave. No umbrellas or anything being pulled out. But I mean, we were just talking a moment ago that the cooler temperatures could help the tyres. The sun's coming out again, so that could possibly hurt the tyres.
Yeah, and talking of hurting the tyres, Davey Harp has just binned it almost into the kitty litter. And I think this is the race lead slipping away from him, as you can see P1 and P2 just driving away up that hill.
Oh, we're not far away from having Adam 4600 coming under attack from Beardy. Adam still has not pitted yet. He's now on his 11th lap. He's obviously on for a one-stop here.
Yeah, his current lap time's a 1:27.5, so that's at least 3 seconds off the current race times of the leaders.
Well,
I think this is going to be like candy from a baby for Beardy.
Have you ever tried taking candy from a baby? It's not very easy. They cry and cry and cry.
It's my hobby, that.
It's your hobby. Hulkenberg's hobbies, taking candy from a baby. Well, you were right. It was an easy move for GBA Beardy. So ahead he goes. Adams, he's got to be thinking about pitting soon. No, he's decided to continue on. Okay. GT Gavin too. Sorry. Oh, no, it's the car behind. Chris Core. Come on, show me the right cars. Yeah, Chris Core's jumped ahead of Jonesy. So he's made a pit stop from the lead of the race.
Jones is in the pits.
Yes, he is. And I think that's Jason in the background. So Adam 4600 and Chris Core are both going to be drivers to keep an eye on for where they end up towards the latter stages of this race. Looks like they're on one-stop strategies. Jason not too far behind Chris Core at the moment. Jonesy, as we know, is in the pits. Taking him a while to get in there, to be honest. Neo Tig heading up to the final corner now. He's going to take that place. Woolhouse is in 12th and Grable is in 13th.
Dave the Harp currently is matching the fastest lap time on best lap of a 1:24.6, but his last lap was a 1:27.8, so he's having massive drop off.
Yep. I tell you what, Livebry, he's got the hammer down. And considering I picked this guy as my prediction at the start of the race, you keep putting that hammer down, fella. Because our commentary may have started badly, but it'd be nice to end it with the commentary prediction being correct. Or at least half of it. Where's Dave, James? Where's Dave, James?
Dave's in P3, but I did also say that Beardy would make it onto the podium, so that'll be half my prediction right.
Okay, true. So Beardy then, he's got a bit of catching up to do to close in on Dave the Harp. He has had a spin, but that's the thing about this track. You put one wheel in the wrong place and around you go. It can go from I'm on for a win to I'm in 5th place very, very quickly.
Yep. And Live Bright absolutely on it. And Dave does, just from looking on board, it looks to be an absolute nightmare to drive that car at the moment. And unfortunately for him, he's got a back marker between him and Hesselden.
I think the only upside for Dave at the moment is that Beardy is quite far behind him, and I'm fairly sure Adam 4600 is still going. He's done 13 laps on his tyres. So this has got to be his in-lap now. His last lap was a 1:30.5.
That's at least 6 seconds off the race leading pace.
So okay,
yeah. You may as well pit, because after 4 laps you're basically a full pit stop behind where you would have been.
Sorry, we've got GT Gavin and Chris Core battling. I was going to mention that they're battling, but GT Gavin went wide and allowed Chris Core through.
GT Gavin doesn't look like he's giving up. Oh, he's just touched the dirt and he's round.
Parks it nicely up against the barrier.
Yeah.
Unlucky. He was obviously put off there by Chris Core passing him through the corkscrew.
Yeah,
Try saying that when you've had a few beers.
GT Gavin's pit crew are absolutely thanking the Lord that he hasn't binned it, and they're going to have to rebuild his car, but his sponsors are just throwing their food at the wall.
GT Gavin's sponsor, T-Spot.
Yeah, T-Spot. They've thrown the T all over.
Either that, or they've got a little bit dyslexic in their typing up, and it's meant to be G-Spot, and they've spelt it slightly wrong.
To add insult to injury, GT Gavin's just entered the pit lane and the car beached itself.
Oh dear. 8th and 9th, or 9th and 10th, sorry. We've got a bit of a battle going on. Woolhouse sideways with Jason behind him. Jason ahead of him.
Easy move.
I think that's
Woolhouse
a power boost penalty. Yeah, power boost penalty and into the pits for him. Oh, and he's losing it on the way in.
Oh, there they are now all over this back marker. They're going to get out of the way. Is that Beardy? Or is that somebody else?
I think that might be Neo Tig. I could be wrong. Let's quickly go and find out.
Going for the pit. He's hemorrhaging lap time, is Dave.
I'm trying to remember when Dave the Harp pitted previously.
It was lap 6, I think.
Yep, so he's done about 10 on that previous stint. So he's got to be trying to squeeze it to the end now.
Yeah, Live Bride's the driver with the best tyres at the moment, because he pitted on lap 8, I believe, and Hesselden pitted on lap 7. And Dave pitting on lap 6. It's just sort of stuck him in at least a 3-stop strategy.
Okay, gap between first and second is about 4.5 seconds at the moment. Car behind Hesselden is out of position. GBM Beardy quite a long way off. And the camera's zooming in to a corner that he's already driven past. Thank you very much for that one. So the camera angles are as bad as our commentary has been at times. Chris Core, he's now up to 4th place. Dave the Harp's in 5th. Where's Adam 4600? In 6th place. Not sure if he's actually made his stop.
Yeah, we've got a little battle going on. It's for P9. GT Gavin, who's just pitted, is coming up behind Montana. Montana's just dipped a wheel on the kit here. Is GT Gavin going to be breezing past him any moment? Just coming into the final corner. Montana's looking a touch unstable. Yeah, very unstable. He's got a very unique line out of the last corner. It's just shaving tenths off. That'll give, could have been.
It'll give GT Gavin some hope that the opportunity is going to be there to make a move. His rear end's going as well as driver Montana's car.
And now just out in front, Live Bride's got a back marker right in front of him, and Hesselden will be hoping that he's paid off that back marker to hold him up. And it is, let's see what that is, it is Neotig that is the back marker.
Okay, you keep an eye on that one. Just going to keep an eye on Gavin here. He seems to be faster through the corners than driver Montana, so as they approach the hill towards the corkscrew. This is where GT Gavin needs to get close enough to get driver Montana off the racing line, make him go defensive into the corkscrew. You can have him on the exit. He's definitely closed that gap up.
Yeah, and Live Bry is coming up behind the back marker, and they are not getting out of the way. They are intentionally holding Live Bry up. Just
maybe
coming over the start-finish straight.
Maybe they have been paid off by Esselden.
Yeah, I think they possibly have been, because he's not giving an inch here. Live Bry's got to go for a move around. Oh, he's touched him, just bopped into the back end of him, and Hesselden, that's giving him even more time.
I tell you what, there's a car off. It's Jason at turn 1. I don't know what happened. I just saw him a little sideways. He's now in the gravel again, but this has put GT Gavin and driver Montana coming past him.
Straight past him.
So that's Jason down from at least 8th place down to 10th now. But this is a 3-car battle that we're kind of going to have to keep an eye on while still knowing what the leaders are up to. And I think that's Hesselden that may be just ahead of these guys. Yes, it is. Montana ran the outside. Sorry, trying to go around the outside of turn 5. Didn't quite work. As GT Gavin's still ahead, but now he's run wide.
He's gone wide. Oh, and he just jumped into the back of him. He needed to anticipate him coming back on the circuit, and he'd have easily had that place then. Now he did it into the corkscrew. As GT Gavin got a touch wide there, because Montana's taking a way better line through the section.
Oh, he's having a look up the inside here. This could get tasty.
Don't want to be touching through this section. You'll be both off. Montana, he has got so much of a nicer line there than Beatty. Rather than looking up the inside, he's just pushing him, and that's not the way to get past. You want to go for either a dive bomb, but he is now up alongside him, heading him down into turn 1. We're now heading through turn 1, and I don't really class that. I class this as turn 1.
Pretty much.
I think he's got the move made.
Nice move that. And while this was happening, I think Hesselden has made a pit stop. So we're going to have a quick look at where Hesselden and Dave the Harp are. Hesselden just coming out of the pits now.
Chris Carr is going to possibly take this place off Hesselden for position here.
It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. That means that Dave the Harp, after his stop, has come out behind Chris Carr, and I don't think Chris Carr will be stopping again.
Yeah, I think Chris Carr has got this. Just jumped in front of Hesselden. But Hesselden, he needs, if he wants to get past and he don't want to get held up, if he wants this win, he needs to just absolutely pounce on these two.
I think the car just ahead of Chris Carr it might be Grable, so it could be a car out of position. So the drivers will be hoping that he's gonna be getting out of the way as quick as possible. But then there's another car slightly ahead, and I don't think that's Live Bry.
I possibly think Live Bry has lost it. He hasn't pitted yet, has he?
I don't think he's made his second stop. Hesselden having a look into the corkscrew thinks better of it.
Because if he hasn't pitted, he's just lost at least 20 seconds.
He must have stopped. I would hope that he's stopped.
Way on earth. Well, I hope he's stopped as well, otherwise Live Bry's win will be out of the window. But he does seem to have decent pace still. Let's be able to wait until the next lap to see what his lap time is. And Hesselden is still stuck behind Chris Carr. He needs to make this move. This is pivotal right now for the race win.
For Live Bry, his last lap was a 1:31. Could be a lap time of a guy coming out of the pits. So he's possibly has made his final stop, which is why he's only just ahead of these guys.
Yeah, because Hesselden's on the exact same lap time.
Yeah. Chris Carr is fighting for position here with the green and white car ahead, not in position. Dave the Harp is in fourth.
The back marker's almost lost it there. Chris Carr's got to get a move on, otherwise he's going to have Hesselden all over the back of him.
It's Woolhouse, sorry, I thought it was Grable, it's not, it's Woolhouse that's the back marker.
Hesselden's almost outbraked himself, but he's now all over the back of Chris into this single file corner. Chris has gone a touch wide. This is the opportunity, but he's covered him off straight away. That was on the limit of the race rules there, but I don't think Heselden's given him a nudge to say thank you very much for chopping me up.
Yeah, and also I think Chris Core is being a bit cautious on the brakes because he's got a back marker ahead of him that's not getting out of the way. Chris Core needs that guy out of the way. It's costing him lap time, and it means he's getting attacked from behind.
Oh, Heselden fainting a move there. Heselden, he's going to have the run now on the pit straight. I think he's got it here.
He's got a good run up alongside.
Side by side. Is Chris going to make this difficult for him? Is he going to give him a bit of a love tap down at turn 1, or is he? It's a bit harder to go round the outside of turn 1. Chris Carr, has he got enough here? Has he got the car set up to take him to the end of the race? Or is he going to have to pit again?
I think he can get to the end of the race, but I think he's going to watch Heselden pull away from him now. Heselden needs to get ahead of this back marker as quick as possible. Really, that back marker needs to get out of the bloody way. No offence, but you're in a blue flag situation. Let him go. You see, he's kind of he's going defensive.
It's Woolhouse. He's going defensive against a car that's clearly in front, and Woolhouse nearly took him off the circuit. He has done. And he's still fighting him.
He is. This is where Woolhouse, Heselden has got every right to sort of shove him.
And he's smashed into the back of him now.
Yeah. I was going to say, Heselden, to a degree, has every right there to give him a big nudge. Oh! You saw that as well then.
Chris Carr.
But this is why.
A bit of a crack there.
This is why in a blue flag situation, you get out of the way. You're not fighting these guys. You're not in a race with these guys. Chris Core's in the pits. He's probably gone for the pits thinking, right, get away from this bloke.
And just as he jumped into the pits, he's jumped in as well. He might have been better staying out for a lap.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, blue flag situation, don't fight the guys. You're not racing against them, no offence. All you're going to do is end up with them hating you and saying, what are you doing? I mean, Heselden, like I was trying to say, was kind of had every right to go, you know what, get out of the way and squeeze him off the track, because he shouldn't be there. He should have been backing off and letting him through. Dave the Harp is back into the pits. Chris Core.
Chris Core, it's a long stop for Chris. Is Dave going to jump him here? Adam 4600 has jumped up to third now. Yeah,
and he won't be stopping again.
And Chris is behind Dave. Dave's pitting and come out in front of him.
He has, so that was a long stop for Chris Core then.
So is Adam 4600. What are his current lap times like? I think it's not shown up, so he's either cut a corner, but I need to work out whether Adam is going to pit again, or if he's trying to stretch out a long stint. Dave the Harp, I think, maybe in prime position to get third place.
He could be. It depends on what that gap is between himself and Adam. I'll try and work that out. It's about 6 seconds. 6 seconds, no. 5 laps.
I'll work out over the start-finish straight whether Adam needs to pit again.
Okie doke.
We'll work out the time difference.
Dave the Arp's got a charge on then. Needs to try and gain those 6 seconds in the 5 laps. Chris Core in 5th place at the moment. He will be frustrated about being held up there. Possibly could have gone to the end, but has decided to make an additional stop. GT Gavin in 6th place. A lot of damage to the front of his car. Jonesy running in 7th somewhere. There he is. Got Heselden ahead of him. Driver Montana in 8th place in the orange and red car. And then Jason in 9th. Go on, James.
The gap is now 5 seconds, so it's taken a second out of him in half a lap. Is Dave the Harp.
So that's going to get close. Woolhouse, he's in 10th place. It's not Jason just ahead of him on the road. I think that's Adam 4600. Neotig is into the pits. That could look like a retirement, you know. I think it is. I think Neotig's race may be over.
Talking of a race over, Jones has just lost it at the corkscrew. Sorry, just the corner after the corkscrew, just gone, didn't it?
The rainy curve. They'll say, do you want to try that corner neighbour again? Can you tell it's a Sunday? Have you had another double Sunday dinner? Is that what it is?
Oh, no. Well, not yet, but, you know, might be waiting for me later.
GT Gavin, he's coming out of the pits with 4 laps to go. He's timed his pit stops potentially quite wrong there, as Jones is going to get him, I think.
Dave the Harp is now coming up behind the nemesis, which is Woolhouse. Is Woolhouse going to continue fighting here? Because Dave the Harp needs to get past him and get after Adam for the podium place here. And he's not in a fight with Woolhouse.
Okay, quick look. Adam 4600 just crossing the line. A 126.7. Dave the Harp. A 125.2. Second and a half.
Yeah. The race is on, but it's only if Woolhouse plays ball and gets out of the way. If he holds him up, this is going to be annoying not only for Dave, but it's going to be annoying for all the spectators watching.
It is. Well, you know what? I've had my little moan about the blue flag situations from one point of view. Here's actually my own personal other point of view. I like a bit of old school racing, and I think in some respects in F1, if they said there are no blue flags, you've got to overtake everybody. Or as Dave the Harp sneaks through just... yeah, if they said, right, there are no blue flags, right, they do not exist. If a car's in front of you, you've got to get past them. It would give F1 a lot more overtakes in the races. It would also... because I find it, in some respects, in F1... a little bit frustrating that you're having a race and now you've got to slow down, pull over, let a guy through. It can kind of ruin your race. So I am a little bit old school. I think it's right that they've got blue flags, but at the same time, I reckon they could go, right, no blue flags. If you want to go past, you've got to overtake him.
Yeah. See, I mean, with
Adam spun it. It's Adam.
He's lost it.
It is. That's his podium gone.
Oh, no. Chris Cause now. He's going to be in the hunt now. He's going to be past him. Straight past him, 4th place, Adam. It's all gone. We're past the watershed. It's all gone. Tits up.
I tell you what, something that may be a factor. The clouds are coming in again. The weather's changed. It's not sunny. The track's gone dark. The lights are coming on again.
A last-minute downpour in the desert.
I tell you what, if it rained here, chances are it's going to be very, very heavy rain, and it could mix absolutely everything up. But at the moment, that's just gifted Dave the Harp a podium position as Livebride's about to cross the line, giving him only 2 laps to go. And you can see how dark it's got now, down in towards turn 1, with his lights on full beam. I mean, it's the thing, you're in the desert, it's going to be hot, it's going to be sunny, but chances are you're going to get a dust cloud coming in. But this has got darker faster than it did earlier on.
Yeah, the weather conditions are going mental. I'm going to go have a word with the clerk of the course, see if he's got his weather tracker working or not.
Okay, while you go and do that, I was going to have a quick look at Livebride's last lap time was a 127.6. Hesselden's was a 126.5. Hesselden was faster, but he's just too far back, I think, to really catch Livebride now.
Jones is flashing Montana, but this isn't for this isn't a back marker situation. This is for position. Jones, if you're flashing your lights and thinking that maybe Montana's going to play thick and get out of your way, you've got another thing coming. Maybe
he was going for the put him off tactic, and it may have worked through that previous corner. Jones is looking quite quick
through there with Jonesy. Yeah, a lot of speed. What is Montana going to do? Is Montana going to play dirty and maybe brake check him?
No, he's just covered the corner nicely.
Yeah, absolutely perfect there for Montana. Jones is trying to open up these corners. Thinking about the exit.
Montana's
that's exactly
wide.
What's happened for Montana. It's gone wide. Oh, is he going to be touching on the exit? Just a whisker between the two of them there. And we're on the last lap for the race leaders now.
Okay, so driver Montana giving him a flash of lights, trying to put Jonesy off. I don't think it's going to work. Adam 4600, he's coming out of the pits. He realises...
Is GT Gavin going to have this? No, he's just come out behind him. If GT Gavin's got decent tyres, he may be able to jump in front.
I would have loved to have known whether Adam 4600, after this race, is going to sit there and think, I should have just done a 2-stop.
Yeah.
Like a genuine 2-stop, not stopping on the last lap.
Yeah. It's gone... Unfortunately, this extra horsepower in these GT3s is not favouring Adam 4600 driving style, unfortunately for him.
Tell you what, Live Bright coming through the corkscrew for the final time. Get in there, commentators. Get in there, commentators' predictions. I'm going to stop you from singing. I know you want it to rain, but you can't assist it that much. I'll tell you what, Hesselden's not too far behind him, actually, and Live Bright's just had a little bit of a wiggle as the sun's coming out again. So Live Bright round the final corner for the final time.
Fantastic win there from Live Bright. And I've just had a word with the clerk of the course, and he says it's currently raining, but he's obviously wrong, as it's glorious sunshine as Hesselden takes P2. Absolutely fantastic. These front two drivers have absolutely blitzed away from the rest of the field.
That they have. Now, it has just shown Adam 4600 in third place. We know he isn't. Dave the Harp is third place. Not much point looking at that timing screen. But yeah, I mean, Live Bright, what a race. I mean, that was very, very well driven. Hesselden's given it all he's got. Wasn't quite enough today. Dave the Harp, he's tried similar, but it'll be third place for him. I tell you what, he'll be happy that Hesselden's not won this race, but Dave needs to start taking some points off Hesselden. Now, I'm not sure exactly who was in fourth place at the time, but I think we've got a bit of a battle going on between Adam 4600 and GT Gavin. This is for position, or could be for position.
I'm not too sure though, because that's Hesselden in front of them, if this is now a controlled finish or if this is actually racing for position until they get over that line.
Well, we do say that once the leaders have crossed the line, that's pretty much, you cross the line, that's it, your race is done. We do that for the benefit of working out the results and the standings in case drivers are a few laps down and don't have enough time to actually cross the line, which is why I look at the timing screen just before the leader gets over the finish line. So that will be their race over. I mean, to be honest, this would all be helped if project cars didn't mess up the positions when drivers are a lap down.
Exactly. Something as simple as keeping up a position on a leaderboard needs to be fixed.
Yeah, definitely.
And hopefully
sorry to put in there. I'm going to say definitely, because I have a look at the leaderboard just before the leader crosses the line. That tells me who's in what position, and we pretty much can go off that. Check it again a few moments later, and you'll see that the cars were all mixed up. Now, if we have enough time for all of the drivers to actually get back to the pit lane and finish all of the laps, then we get to see the timing screen again with the correct order. But if someone happens to leave, then it messes up the order. With Jonesy and driver Montana, they still seem to be going at it.
Yeah, I think it's controlled, but I don't believe that they're actually driving at the moment. I think they're having an aggressive drive back to the pit lane.
Definitely. I would be tempted to agree with you. Okay, driver of the day then, James.
Live Bright by a country mile. Hesselden pressured him, and Hesselden was the bookie's favourite going into this race. But Live Bright just taking on the pressure and taking it easy. It
was a brilliant drive from there. I feel for Beardy. I believe it was pole position. No, Live Bright had pole position. So Live Bright's gone pole in the win, but Beardy was quick and it just didn't go right for him in the race.
Dave the Harp's going to be kicking himself. He needed to bounce back and get some points, and unfortunately the tyres at this circuit have just cooked. He was most aggressive on tyres, and they just burnt out.
That he was. Right, James, if you and myself now leave this session, then hopefully it'll allow the drivers to save their replays while we have a last minute waffle about what we've got going on. Something I know a few people have mentioned is about doing podium interviews. And what I've said to those that have asked me about that is, at the moment we're kind of keeping that for our F1 leagues, but hopefully next season it will be something that we can do for project cars. One of the things we really want to get sorted race was sometimes how long it takes the cars to get back to the pits, is giving them the opportunity to actually save their replays of their races if they want to. Because if we just sit there, it doesn't actually end the session for them. Okay, next up for the PCS will be round 6 at Let's have a look. Where Mount Panorama in Bathurst.
Bathurst.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I have seen a weather report, as I mentioned earlier on, which is sunny with the possibility of a tropical storm. So we're going to hope for beautiful clear weather, but there's a very good chance it could rain there. Next up on the Front Row Racing YouTube channel will be on Wednesday for the Front Row Racing F1 World Championship Round 5 in Spain, where hopefully I'll have a much better race than I've had for the last 2 or 3. I need to have a good one. But yeah, I mean, this race today has been a very, very entertaining one, I think.
It's a bit of a awkward circuit to navigate, but once you get it all sorted and work out your setup and work out what the tyres are going to do, that corkscrew section, a lot of the drivers were struggling through there, but I think Hessel and in particular Livebry absolutely nailed it lap after lap after lap, and they just came away with a win.
That they did. Okay, the next race, as I mentioned, is Bathurst. Now, you raced around Bathurst in the LMP2s on Friday, so any tips for these drivers for taking these Ginetta G55s around that almighty circuit?
Any tips? As I do feel I should have won that race, and I am kicking myself that I didn't.
I'm kicking you as well.
all these drivers have got to do is practice, practice, practice. It's all about making sure the rear end of that car doesn't want to be the front end of that car, especially going down the hill set. A lot of the circuit, it's all about rhythm. Once you break that rhythm, you can easily lose a couple of seconds. But if you want to go and take pole, and if you want to go take the win, it's all about consistency. Because as I proved, you can be as quick as you like in qualifying and nail that one lap, but all it takes is one mistake and you can either lose a position or you can lose 10 positions.
Definitely. Just to let the drivers know as well, for the Bathurst circuit, qualifying next week will be 20 minutes, just to allow enough time for the drivers to get out there, get a couple of laps done. Okay, I think it's pretty much time for us to come to an end here. So for the viewers, thank you very much for watching. Feel free to like and share. If you want to keep up with the standings, we post them to our Facebook page. That's Front Row Racing on Facebook. We have an image of the Silverstone wing as our main picture. All the results and standings get posted up on there for our Project Cars leagues and our F1 leagues. Feel free to like and follow us on there if you wish as well. So yeah, we'll bring it to an end. I've mentioned what the next event is and when we're next live on YouTube. So thank you very much, James, for joining us in the commentary box once again.
No problem, anytime. And thank you very much for a cracking race there, and that circuit was absolutely fantastic.
It was a good one. I've been Front Row Racing DP. We've been Front Row Racing. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.
Bye.